So you want to know, how can you get more money out of your workers' comp case? Let's say you're getting close to settling and the insurance adjuster's offer just isn't that high. You don't have an attorney. You want to figure out how to get more money. The bottom line is that you need to show the insurance company that they have increased exposure. You want the insurance company to be concerned about their potential costs down the line. So let's say you don't have an attorney, you're trying to negotiate a compromise and release. Look at the main areas where the insurance company has exposure. They have exposure with medical care. So if you went to the doctor said you don't need surgery, or maybe a doctor said you need surgery and utilization review denied it, you throw up your hands and say, screw this system, I just want to settle, I'm not going to any more doctors. Not generally in your best interest, because now the insurance adjuster says, oh, they're not interested in doctors anymore, let me settle cheap. You generally would be better served by going and getting a second opinion, see another surgeon, have another bite at utilization review. Keep insisting to your doctors that you want to keep exploring treatment. That shows the insurance company that there's exposure. There's exposure for ongoing treatment. Kind of along the same lines with medical treatment, I often have clients say, you know what, the doctor recommended surgery, I don't want it, so I'm not having surgery. Let's just settle. Well, if the doctor's report says injured worker refuses to have surgery, from the insurance company's perspective, there's not a lot of exposure. You've refused to have surgery, so they're not worried about paying for that now. I tell my clients, and it's generally the truth, it's not that you are refusing surgery completely, it's that right now you don't want to have surgery. Based on how you're feeling now, you don't want to have surgery at this time. But in reality, I ask my clients, if you get worse over the next year and a half, 2, 3, 4 years, and the doctor recommends surgery again, will you consider it in the future? Most of the time, my clients say, yeah, at that point, I probably would consider surgery. So it's not that they're refusing surgery completely, it's that they're not interested in surgery right now. So keep that in mind. If you're going to your doctor recommends surgery, it gets rejected. Insurance company offers settlement. Make sure that you make clear to your doctors, if you're not pursuing surgery now, it's because you're not pursuing surgery now, but you still remain open to the possibility in the future, assuming that's true. Exposure with regards to temporary disability. So if the insurance company has paid out, let's say, 6 months of temporary disability, insurance company has exposure for up to 2 years of temporary disability on most claims in California. So if you say, forget this, I just want to settle and be done, realize that there's potentially 18 months of temporary disability exposure that the insurance company has. So if you've said, forget this, I'm going back to work, I'm not taking any more time off, even if the doctor says it, the insurance company is now much less worried about that temporary disability exposure. So keep in mind that exposure potentially up to 2 years. So you want to make the insurance company concerned at least that they may have to pay it. Likewise, permanent disability. The insurance company is going to look at what the potential permanent disability is, what they're going to have to pay out on the case. And they're going to look, if you have a PTP that says no whole person impairment, go back to full duties, and you're thinking, Lord have mercy, my back hurts like crazy. I've got radiating pain down my leg. How can I have no impairment? It probably would be in your best interest to go to a QME and find out if there's additional permanent disability that might be due that the primary treating physician didn't find, but that's additional exposure. So you want the insurance company to be concerned about that exposure, because if now you're going to a QME, they're going to realize the QME is probably going to find more permanent disability than the PTP did, and they may be willing to pay more. Likewise, keep in mind, if you're going to settle a case very early on, the insurance company knows that there are 5 years from the date of injury that you can file a petition to reopen. So if you get hurt, and let's say a year and a half down the road, you settle your case with STIPS, that case still has 3.5 years of potential petition to reopen that you could file. So realize, if you're going to settle a case very early on, the insurance company is not only on the hook for potentially what permanent disability you have right now, but also even if you settled your case with STIPS and you get worse up to the 5-year mark from the date of injury, the insurance company has exposure for that too. So if you're going to settle a case very early on, but you seem to be getting worse over the last 6 months, keep that in mind, that there's potential exposure for petition to reopen as well. There's a lot of variabilities to it. I'd really recommend reaching out to your local information and assistance officer, or talk to a local attorney for a consultation so that you can get advice on your specific case, because every case is unique. Whether it's temporary disability, permanent disability, medical care, penalties, interest, mileage, reimbursement, Lord have mercy, there's a lot of variabilities. Every case is unique. If you have questions on this subject, feel free to drop a comment down below, or if you found the video helpful, hit the like button.